Okay. So I wasn't actually going to put this online or record any of this, but as I'm thinking about the whole purpose of these full frontals, part of it was to be vulnerable and put everything out there as part of my process. And it may not involve me choosing my songs or making my songs or anything that has to do with music per se, but this is an incredibly important part of the process. So I've determined I'm just going to put it all out here too. So, as I am planning for my next project, something that I've been thinking about a lot is what does success really look like for me, and how do I define that? What do I really want? And one of the hardest questions anybody ever actually has to ask themselves is, what do they really want? Like, if you really, really strip it down, what do you want? Why are you doing something? So, why am I doing this? And, it got me down this path of thinking, that's a really good question. What kind of success would fulfill me? What I consider to be great music? And I started thinking when I was young, when I was a kid, I used to dream so big. Like I had like huge, huge dreams of being famous, traveling the world, performing in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people, all of that stuff, all the kids do, right? And when you're a kid, anything seems possible. And I've been thinking as I've gotten older, what I've thought was possible for myself has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller to like right now. It's like, oh, well, hey, if I can sell enough albums to even break even on a record, I would be like over the moon. I'm like, that's nothing. That is not what I should be aiming for. How did I get into this narrow way of thinking? And because I studied NLP, I've been studying NLP for a couple of years, and something else I need to work on more. But I understand something called limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are unconscious beliefs that we carry around, and like I said, it's unconscious that really drives our behaviors and really drives the way we go through the world. And I started to think, so what are the limiting beliefs I have around my music? Because this has been such a huge part of my life. And when I really start to be honest with myself, I have a lot of limiting beliefs. And I'm like, well, maybe this is what's been getting in my way. So I made a list. I have them here. I thought about this for like 2 minutes and wrote down 6 things that came up just like that. And I was like, wow, this is pretty powerful stuff. So what I'm going to be doing over the course of the next couple of months, as I'm working on a new project, working on some new music, and trying to decide where I want to go with this, I'm going to be working publicly. I can't believe I'm going to do that, but I'm being vulnerable here publicly to really go through each one of these limiting beliefs that I've been able to identify, unpack it, figure out where it came from, and then change it and take the action to instill it with a different belief, one that's going to serve me, one that's going to be positive. And it's going to be interesting to see if what I think is possible goes from being really, really small and takes me from thinking about what's possible for myself in a really small way to being childlike again and dreaming big. Because I haven't really dreamt big about my music in a really, really long time. That kind of saddens me. We're going to change that. So, hey, if you're along for the ride, then great. Otherwise, I'm just doing this for myself, and that's fine too. All right. Saturn